Good day, my name is Nurhayati binti Sharif and I serve as the System Designer and Notification Module Lead for the Queen Cordis team. Today, I will be presenting my leadership reflection based on my experience developing the Employee Training Alert System with Automate Compliance Dashboard and Training Alert Board for our software engineering course. Allow me to introduce myself. I was a System Designer and Notification Module Lead for our team of 3 members. My main responsibilities include designing the system architecture and component model, leading the notification module development, and authoring 3 important sections of our system documentation. Section 2.3 on non-functional requirement, Section 2.4 on input and output description, and Section 2.6 on design constraint. Let me provide some context about our project. We developed an employee training alert system for Celestica Malaysia, Sdn Bhd, a manufacturing company. The problem we identified is that the current information console only displays training record without automatic alert. This causes employees to miss their certificate renewal deadline, especially those with limited computer access. The training department also have to manually track expiry date, and the supervisor are often unaware when their team members' certificate are about to expire. To solve this problem, we proposed an employee training alert system that enhanced the existing information console. The system includes 4 main features. First, a training alert board that automatically checks expiry date daily. Second, email alert sent to 2 months before the certificate expired. Third, self-serving training booking for employees. And fourth, a compliant dashboard that shows active, expiring soon, and expiry status. The key stakeholders include the training department officer, the employee, the supervisor, and the training alert board as an automate system actor. We chose the Agile model, specifically Scrum, as our software process model. We chose Agile because it is iterative, incremental, feedback-driven, and flexible. We divided our development into 3 sprints. I was actively involved in all 3 sprints. In Sprint 1, I worked with Intan on the foundation and alert model. In Sprint 2, I worked with Nazira on booking and reminder module. And in Sprint 3, I collaborate with the entire team on the dashboard and supervisor module. As the system designer and notification module lead, my leadership contribution include designing the 3-tier system architecture, creating the component model, and showing subsystem collaboration, leading the notification module development across multiple sprints, authoring Section 2.3 on non-functional requirement, managing Section 2.4 on input and output description, and authoring Section 2.6 on design constraint. My leadership style was technical and detail-oriented, ensuring that the system design was robust and all requirements well documented. Through this project, I developed several important skills. In terms of technical skill, I improved my ability to design system architecture, create component models, specify non-functional requirements, and identify design constraints. In terms of soft skill, I enhanced my technical communication, cross-module coordination, requirement analysis, and quality assurance. In terms of leadership, I learned how to make ownership of technical modules, ensure quality standards are met, coordinate with different team members across sprints, and balance technical depth with the project timeline. I demonstrated several leadership qualities throughout this project. Technical excellence was demonstrated through my design of the three-tier architecture and component model. Attention to detail was shown in my comprehensive documentation of 30 design constraints across 6 categories. I took responsibility for critical section of our documentation. I collaborate effectively with different team members across all 3 sprints. I was proactive in leading the notification module development, and I maintained a strong focus on quality, ensuring all requirements were uniquely identifiable and traceable. The most important lesson I learned is that good system design is the foundation of successful implementation, and attention to detail in requirement ensure quality outcomes. To support my leadership claim, I have 3 pieces of evidence. First, I designed the system architecture, including 3-tier architecture and component diagram showing how the 4 subsystems collaborate. This demonstrates my system design and architecture thinking abilities. Second, I altered the non-functional requirement and design constraint section, which include 30 constraints across 6 categories. This show my comprehensive understanding of quality attribute and attention to detail. Third, I actively participate in all 3 sprints, working with different team members across the entire project timeline. This demonstrates my flexibility, collaboration, and commitment to team success. In summary, this leadership experience taught me several key lessons. First, a well-designed architecture might develop smoother. Second, clear and traceable requirements are essential for quality. Ownership of technical module build confidence. Fourth, working across sprint requires flexibility and communication. And fifth, attention to detail in documentation prevent error later. Moving forward, I will continue developing my technical architecture skill, improve my knowledge of system integration, and apply this design principle in future projects. In conclusion, I am grateful for the opportunity to serve as the system designer and notification module lead for the Queen Coders team. This experience has shaped me as a leader and a software engineering student. Great systems are built on a great design, and leadership is about taking responsibility for quality and guiding the team toward excellence. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Intan, and today I will present our software design document or SDD for our project. Our system is called Employee Training Alert Compliance Dashboard and Training Alert Board. This presentation will explain how system is designed before prototype implementation, include the system architecture, main subsystem, runtime flow, data design, user interface, and usability. So we go to the slide. This slide show the main point that will be covered in our SDD. First, I will explain the architecture and why layer architecture was chosen. Second, I will explain the main subsystem and how the module collaborates. Third, I will explain the runtime flow, especially how the training alert board works. After that, I will explain the data design and restore how important record are restored. Lastly, I will explain the user interface and trustworthy mapping. Okay, for the architecture, our system use layer architecture with modular component design. We choose this We choose this architecture because our system has several responsibilities such as user access, training, record management, booking alert notification, dashboard, Okay, for the architecture, our system use layer architecture with the modular component design. We choose this architecture because our system has several responsibilities such as user access, training record management, booking, alert notification, dashboard monitoring, and data storage. The first layer. The first layer is a user interface or presentation layer. This layer is used by employee, supervisor, and training department officer to interact with the system. The second layer is the application logic layer. This layer handles the main business rules such as training booking, dashboard processing, and training alert board checking. The third layer is data access layer, which manages repositories and database access. The last layer is external service, which include the email service and the existing information console database. The architecture is suitable because it makes the system easier to test, maintain, and improve. For example, if you want to update the email email reminder logic, we do not need to redesign the whole user interface. So next slide. This slide show the main component module of our system. The system is divided into the five main subsystems. The first subsystem is the user access. It handle logic, it handle login and role-based access. Okay, this slide show the main component model of our system. The system is divided to the five subsystems. The first subsystem is the user access. It handles login and role-based access. So each user can access the system based on their role. The second subsystem is the training management. It manages training record, training slot, and booking activities. The third subsystem the third subsystem is the alert and notification. This subsystem checks training expired date and send email reminder or booking confirmation. The fourth is subsystem is dashboard. It displays compliance status such as active, expired soon, and expired. The last subsystem is the data management. It adds the central storage and the retrieval part of the subsystem. The key of the is the key of the that each subsystem has its own responsibility, but all subsystems still collaborate through data and service interface to complete the training renewal workflow. So this for the architecture view. This slide show the architecture view used in our SCD. We use 4 plus 1 architecture view model to explain the system for the different perspective. The use case. Okay, you can go to the use case. The use case we explain that the main actor and substance and system scenario. The actor include employee, supervisor, training, department, officer, and training alert board. The logical view explain the class, package, and relationship inside the system. The process view explains the runtime interaction using sequence diagram. For example, it shows how login, booking, email alert, and dashboard viewing works. The development view. The development view explains how the system is organized into the module, package, and layer. Finally, the physical of the deployment will explain how the system is deployed into the client device, web application, service, database service, and email service. This helps us show that the system design is not viewed from the one angle only, but the several important design perspective. Okay, we go to the training alert board running flow. This slide explains the key runtime flow for the training alert board, especially the automated email alert process. The process starts with the bot run a scheduled expired check. Then the system retrieves training record from the database to identify which training certificate are close to expired. If expired training record are found, the system create the notification record. After that, the email. Okay. If the training record are found, the system create a notification record. After that, the email serve sent to the alert to the employee, supervisor, and training department. If no, if no expired record is found, then no email will be sent. This process is important because it helps prevent missed training renewal. Employee and supervisor can be received reminder early before the training certificate expired. Okay. For data design, this slide shows the data design for the system. This system are relational database called Employee Training Alert Board. The database contains seven main entities, such as employee, training record, training slot, booking, notification log, and supervisor assignment. The most important entity is training record because it stores the employee's training information, including training record ID, employee ID, training ID, certificate date, expiry date, and status. The status value are expired. The status value are active, expired soon, and expired. These values are important because these are used by the dashboard and training alert board to identify which training record need attention. Overall, the data design support three main purposes, such as tracking certificate and expired dates, story booking and notification history, and supporting compliance dashboard status. So, lastly, this slide is explain the user interface and traceability mapping. For the user interface, the system is role-based. Employee can log in, view their training status, and book renewal training. Supervisor can also monitor team training status and receive alert. Training department can manage training record, training slot, and dashboard information. The traceability mapping show how it's spread in the link to the related package and the data entities. Spread 1. Spread 1 focus on user access with a relate to the employee and supervisor assignment. Spread 2 focus on the training management with relate to the training. Training 1 and booking spread. Spread 3 focus alert and notification which relate to the training record and notification log. Spread 4 focus on the dashboard monitoring which relate to the training record, booking, and notification log. So in conclusion, the STD explain how our system is construct, how company is interact, how data is stored, and how user access the system before prototype implementation. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning everyone. My name is Nurul Nazira binti Nadri from Team Queen Coders. Today I will present the software test document STD for our employee training alert system. Here is our agenda for today. I will cover the introduction and purpose of our testing document, give a brief system overview, explain the traceability, test cases by package, test cases example, traceability metric, and conclude with a summary and conclusion. The purpose of this document is to verify that our system is function correctly and validate that user requirements are met. We aim to detect defect early and ensure 100% test coverage. So our testing include functional testing, user scenario, exception, and alternate flow, and integration between package. So the performance testing and security testing are excluded in this prototype stage. Our system have a 6 main package. That is the user management that handle login and role-based access. Then training record management that manage training record and slot. And then training alert bots handle automate alert and reminder. Self-service booking manage the training booking. Dashboard management provide compliance view. Supervisor flow for supervisor follow-up, support team monitoring. So the key feature include automate alert, self-service booking, email notification, and compliance dashboard. For the traceability maps, user story to system package and test cases. So it ensures complete coverage, helps with impact analysis, enable progress tracking, and verified correct implementation. In summary statistic, we have a 7 user package, 7 user story, 6 package, 4 Spring, 37 test cases, and 100% test coverage. For the test cases by package, the user management for our system have a 30 test cases. Training record management has 6, training alert bot has 6, self-service booking has 6, dashboard management has 3, and follow-up supervisor has 4. So in total, 37 tests covering all for 7 user story. So for our test cases are balanced. That is a 40.5% is a normal scenario, 29.7% is an alternate, and 29.7% is an exemption scenario. Here is our test case template. For each test case has a unique ID, description, test step, input data, and expectation result. The actual result and pass-fail column will be filled during execution. For example, TC001_01_1 test is successful for employee login, and TC001_1_02 test invalid for residential. TC003_1_1 test expiry alert, and TC004_2_3 test is a double booking complex. This is our complete traceability metric. Spring 1 is a cover user management with 30 test cases. Spring 2 cover is the training record management with 8 test cases. Spring 3 is cover training alert bot with 6 test cases. Spring 4 covers self-service booking, dashboard management, and supervisor follow-up with 6, 3, and 4 test cases respectively. So in total, 37 test cases is achieved with 100% coverage. In test coverage summary, we achieved 100% test coverage with 37 test cases across 7 user story and 6 package. So our testing is a balance with 40.5% normal, 29.7% is alternate, and 29.7% is exception scenario. So we test all key features including user login, training record management, automate expired alert, self-service booking, compliance dashboard, and supervisor follow-up. So for conclusion, we have a 70 test cases covering all 7 user story with 100% coverage across 6 package. So our testing include a balanced mix of normal, alternate, and exception scenario. So the traceability metrics confirm every requirement is traceable from origin to testing. Thank you for our attention.